And that's former President John Dramani Mahama addressing the nation yesterday. He made reference to the filing of that petition by his lawyers. One of his legal team members joins us for a conversation. Godwin Edijit Tamaklo joins us via phone. A very good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for your time here on the AM show.
Good morning.
Okay.
And good morning, Mama B.
Great.
I think ordinarily I should be saying indeed.
Yeah, thank you. And a happy new year. I mean, it's the last day in 2020. We have come very far. And so I have to say happy new year to you.
Thank you. And I quickly need to say that, 2020 has been quite an interesting and unique year with all the COVID uncertainties and what have you. But ultimately, we have more reason to be grateful to the Almighty God.
Absolutely. Great. All right. So, Edijit, yesterday you filed a petition on behalf of John Dramani Mahama. There are fallouts of it, and I'm sure that you've monitored the commentary. I just want us to move forward with this. There were some errors that were identified, and various legal practitioners spoke about it. So on the back of what has come up, I want you to specifically speak to those issues that were identified as errors.
So I think I saw what had to do with, I think, relief F, which had to do with a misdescription related to the first or second respondents. And legally speaking, anybody who had any sound legal training will tell you that that's what we usually, as lawyers, will call clerical error. It's like a judge writing a judgment and saying first defendant instead of second defendant. All you do is in open court, you just tell the judge relief, and then you sign by writ, and then you just do the proper decision. That's all. So in terms of the competence or otherwise of the petition, nobody has raised any question whatsoever about the competence of the petition that has been filed.
But you can understand why people are critical about this, even though it is not as significant to the matter itself?
No, it's of no distance bearing to the grounds for a petition. The petition spells out what it should contain. So far, nobody has said that there's something that a petition ought to contain in accordance with the constitutional instruments governing petitions that we did not do.
So it's not
for me. For me, that's the most important thing.
Okay. Well,
usually we lawyers, you see, we have what we call fatal and non-fatal errors, quote unquote.
But you see, Edijit, not all of us are lawyers. That's your legal language. People are just looking at the surface of it and how you're holding the Electoral Commission to account when it comes to mistakes. And so people were not expecting errors at all.
No. The work of the Electoral Commission is governed by the Constitution. For instance, Article 63 provides who a president should be. And it said the president should be the president elected based on valid vote cast, not total votes. That's the constitutional threshold. So if you do any other thing, that wrong sins against the Constitution itself, and not like saying first or second respondent. There are two different things. You can't equate the two.
I want us to move on, though. This was just because it raised some.
No, but like I pointed out,
talked about it. So.
I mean, this what you call it, a criticism well taken. But I'm saying that it is something that does not go to the root of what we have found.
Edijit, there was also another point, another issue that I also did realize, because after the declaration, the conversation was about the fact that the NDC won the elections, but with what you presented to the court, we see that you're asking for a possible rerun, and you're not holding yourself as winners of the election.
We've alternated several reliefs. If you look at our reliefs, they are about F, A, B, C, D, E, F. You need to go and look at the implication of each one of the reliefs if so granted. If you are saying that the presidential election instrument should be set aside, what is the net effect of that? Would there be a president declared? No. But I don't want to go into the merits because I'm also a lawyer on record. You don't want to appear as doing your case even before a panelist put together.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I guess, for ordinary persons who've been following the conversation keenly,
they will have the opportunity of watching
a declaration that John Mahama won the election.
The ordinary people will have the opportunity to watch everything on national television as the case rolls, and they'll get to appreciate the issues properly as we begin to proceed.
Is it definite that the case will be heard?
The rules requires a hearing. That CI 99 requires a hearing. That after this is filed, what we have filed within a certain number of days, the named respondents are supposed to file their answer to the petition. Once they are done, there's what we call case management. The parties, their lawyers meet and will case manage the matter. After that, the date will be set down for hearing. Witness statements will be filed. Cross-examination will be done. And the date will be fixed for judgment.
I want you to stay with me a while longer because the NPP has issued a statement. I'm not sure if you've seen or read it.
Is it the one by someone?
Exactly. But for my viewers, I want them to also appreciate the content of this. So I'm just going to read out portions of that. It says the New Patriotic Party has taken notice of the filing of an election petition by John Dramani Mahama challenging the declaration of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as validly elected and duly declared President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. Indeed, the responsible, appropriate, and democratic means of determining election dispute is by resort to the courts. Better still, the process of filing a petition in court ought to be put to bed the many cases of intimidation, threats, and acts of violence, and arson and destruction of property that have been the preferred path of the NDC. The MPP is assured that the 7th December 2020 elections was won fair and square. Indeed, the evidence presented by the NDC has only reassured the people of Ghana that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo won the elections. The fact of transparency of the general elections was also resoundingly affirmed by the myriad of local and international observers that participated in the electoral process. I'll end it here, but since you know the person who signed it, you've already seen it.
Mama V, I think that with the little that you've read and what I've read the 3-page release. I quickly need to thank the good people of Adenta for doing away with this reckless director of communication of the NPP. Mama V, in that statement, the director of communication of the NPP accused the NDC directly of arson. In any serious and civilized society, what you do is you invite such a reckless lawyer to give evidence of any arson attack by the NDC. You don't write a statement, accuse the largest opposition party the party that is noted for building this nation, and you accuse it of arson without any evidence, a political party whose members, in the midst of all of this, have conducted themselves with so much dignity. The NPP's record is what happened in 2012. Ask your own colleague in multimedia. What happened to them at Obra Sports? As the NDC conducted itself, what violence have we done after this declaration?
Do you intend taking them on beyond the comments that you're making?
What I'm saying, you just read a statement and it's on air. So give me the opportunity to say that, first of all, the statement you read, was there any evidence of arson provided, violence provided, intimidation provided? Nothing whatsoever. And the person who issued this statement is supposed to be a lawyer, and until today, an MP. I cannot help but to thank the good people of Adenta that this cancer has been taken, this tumor has been taken off and thrown into the dustbin. What the people of Adenta did is like a chemotherapy. I mean, like seriously, if in this country were to be in a serious country where the police are independent, you have to invite someone. Where is it? Because arson is a crime. So if you accuse Edwige of murder, the police ought to be calling you to provide evidence of the dead body.
But you can also bring the attention of the police to this statement, can't you, as a party and also as a member of the legal team?
With the greatest respect to you and your viewers, with the greatest respect, you don't accuse me of stealing and say, if you have not stolen, come go to court. I mean, where is this done? Mama B, there's a certain threshold of responsibility. You say, Edwige, I'm accusing you of arson because this building, this is how you organize ABCD, or you yourself, this is what you did. You have provided a threshold basis for which you can accuse me. You don't do that. And Mama B, you are saying that we can do what?
It's a suggestion, Edwige.
I agree.
When somebody puts a certain tag on you and the police hasn't acted, so maybe they haven't taken notice of it.
But that is why I'm saying that the first step is that the people of Adenta have done a surgery where they have removed this tumor of a lawyer, Yabuamia Samoa, from our parliament. Because this level of irresponsibility, you won't have it in any decent or serious democracy where a member of parliament can accuse a political party of arson.
So I'm saying, Edwige, like beyond you condemning and being dissatisfied, showing your the fact that you're dissatisfied with the choice of words and the accusations in that statement, would you draw the attention of the police to that?
No. We have become clear in our mind that the nature of the police that we have today, especially the top brass of the Ghana police, they are not interested in fair policing. They are interested in perpetuating a certain regime agenda.
Why do you say that?
Oh, Mama V, we're in this country, with respect to you, where a sitting NPP MP fired live ammunition at a voter registration center. She's at home. She had not been brought before any court. She had not been brought. But innocent NDC members going on street protests have been arraigned in various courts in this country. That's how the police have conducted the affairs.
But if they don't have a case, how do they go to court?
Oh, so the MP who sat on your own Adom FM and said she was the one who fired the gun at the registration center. At registration, are we not just going for our fingerprints and others to be captured? Is it a Mexican gunfight? Okay? And she's at home. That is how policing has been done under this regime.
So because of that,
and not only that, you recall not long ago, a group of persons, even in the midst of COVID, said they were going to do some demonstration in Chibi or so. The police allowed them. Today, the police are going to court ex parte to secure injunction against who will be demonstrators, NDC demonstrators.
You know, it's a good thing that you've brought that up. Are you doing anything about that legally as well? Because you have an opportunity.
No, that is, you see, that is why I'm saying that some of the things that are happening, they are taking this country back, regrettably, to 1979. I never in my life thought that we'll come to a day where we'll even have the remotest sense of our dark days. But the regrettable thing is that today, these things have become new normals. New normals. And look, Mahavi, I recall how, and I think you even did that interview with Pedietu about the Let My Vote Count, about the High Court judge saying that you can no longer do ex parte injunction against demonstrators who have notified the police. You need to serve them, let them come to court, let them come and say, file the affidavit, so that the judge will have the benefit of two opposing affidavits. In fact, a judge, a Court of Appeal judge who sat as an additional High Court judge, says the NSAJ, even made a point that it is so convenient for the police to put before a court misleading affidavit just to get the court to grant them ex parte injunction. So appropriately file it on notice so that all of you will put your facts before a judge, and then the judge will come. In fact, there is a multimedia. I can send it to you immediately after this interview. And if I'm not mistaken, you granted that interview to Bedietu because he acted as lawyer for the Let My Vote Count people. Today, we are going back.
We'll try and go back. But Edichi, can you address the issue of, do you intend doing anything legally about that?
Let the time goes.
Okay.
These are constitutional
Just
matters.
one more thing before we wrap up, though. So the former president did indicate that one of the reasons he's going to court is to remove any sort of doubts. Are you open to this could go? You're a lawyer, so when you go to court, you know that you could win or lose. Win or lose, would the doubts have been removed?
So, you know, even when we go to court and a judgment is given, we always have the opportunity of appealing. And appeal is basically expression of dissatisfaction and a criticism of a judgment. So let the time come, and we will then advise ourselves appropriately.
So even before the case is heard, you're thinking of a review possibly after judgment?
No. What I'm saying is that it's based on the question you asked. Then I said it is too early day for an answer to that question. You recall in the 2012 petition, after everything, you heard what Mr. Kupado said, that he accepts the verdict of the court, but he disagrees. You remember? Mm-hmm. You recall?
So that's your position too?
No, I'm saying that you recall that event happening.
Of course I do.
So let that time comes, and then we'll take it up from there.
Okay, well, then we'll leave it here. I thank you so much for your time and the very best with this petition.
And Happy New Year in advance.
Great, thank you very much. That's Godwin Edujit Tamaklo, a member of the NDC legal team. When we come back, we're talking Joy Learning at 1. Joy Learning is 1 already, like unbelievable. And I remember when Joy Learning was first launched and then the COVID came and we all realized the importance of that platform. We're talking to our colleague about Joy Learning. What's new about it? How far have we come? Stay with us.